Country superstar Carrie Underwood has spent most of her career avoiding political talk, but she's set to perform at the upcoming inauguration. She said in a statement that she's doing it because the country must come together in the spirit of unity and look to the future. And lots of her fans aren't thrilled about it, but lots of her fans are.
As Carrie Underwood prepares to perform there in the Rotunda.
I say.
I mean, right? It's country music. I think
I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't do it, even though I
you
can't
would
sing.
not sing?
No, I would not. I would not normalize him. And she says, I love our country. How do you love your country and support and normalize somebody who was a convicted felon who really wants to destroy the country, in my opinion? I don't understand how you say you love your country at the same time as you normalize this convicted felon, which I can say now every day.
Carrie Underwood, once the darling of country music and now a pop culture sensation, has found herself at the center of a storm, but not the kind that inspires chart-topping hits. No, this is the kind of whirlwind sparked by gossip, judgment, and public opinion. And this time, the critics in her sights are none other than the hosts of The View, those daytime talk show personalities who seem to wake up every day ready to stir the pot. After Carrie performed at President Trump's inauguration, they took it upon themselves to serve as the unofficial jury, dissecting her decision with all the subtlety of a Thanksgiving turkey. But Carrie isn't just any target. She's more like a phoenix, poised to rise from the ashes of their snark. Word has it, she's about to give them a taste of their own medicine.
The women on The View want to cancel Carrie Underwood because she performed at Trump's inauguration.
How do you love your country and support and normalize somebody who was a convicted felon who really wants to destroy the country, in my opinion? I don't understand how you say you love your country at the same time as you normalize this convicted felon.
Listen up, you squawky birds. Let me break this down for you in terms even you boobs can understand. Over half the country voted for this man. That's how democracy works. You don't have to like it, but you do have to accept it. Instead, you're sitting there on your high chair squawking at middle-aged women about how you have better morals. Give me a break. You want to talk about patriotism? The patriotic thing to do is support the person who was elected, even if you didn't vote for them. But no, you'd rather divide the country further and act like democracy didn't happen. And for what? To virtue signal to your audience of wine mums who think you're the moral compass of America? Please.
Carrie Underwood, glowing as always, standing before a crowd at Trump's inauguration, ready to belt out America the Beautiful. But this wasn't just a performance. It was a moment in history. Despite the wave of backlash crashing over her, you'd think people would appreciate her patriotism. But nope, some of her so-called fans were quick to cry betrayal faster than you could shout, "Jesus, take the wheel." Suddenly, Twitter was ablaze with hashtags like #CancelCarrie, as if showing support for your country was now a controversial act. But Carrie didn't flinch. She issued a heartfelt statement about unity and love for America, then walked on that stage with the poise of a true country queen. And just when you thought the drama was over, it got worse. As she started her soulful rendition of America, the Beautiful, technical difficulties kicked in. The microphone sputtered, the speakers crackled, and the sound engineer probably broke into a cold sweat. Most performers would have panicked, but not Carrie. With the confidence of someone who's survived both American Idol and the tough Nashville music scene, she waved off the hiccup and launched into an a cappella version that had the crowd in awe. By the time she hit the last note, she had turned what could have been a disaster into an iconic moment in inauguration history. But instead of applauding her resilience, The View decided it was open season on Carrie. Cue the sarcastic remarks, judgmental glares, and unsolicited opinions on her poor decision-making. They dissected her choice to perform as if she had committed a cardinal sin, completely ignoring the message of unity she was trying to convey and the courage it took to stand tall in the face of such divisive backlash. How could she? They sneered, sipping their lats like they never made a controversial decision in their lives. Well, Carrie's got an answer for them, and it's got a legal filing with their names on it.
Oh my god, since Carrie Underwood's performing at Donald Trump's inauguration, I just don't like her music anymore. I can't stand her. I can't buy any of her music. I'll never, ever, ever play another song of hers. She's such a piece of, oh my god. Oh my gosh, can you guys just, not think for yourselves? Why is it that the second that someone you've loved and admired and followed for 15, 20 years, because they have a different political affiliation than you don't like them anymore? You can't stand them now. They're garbage, they're trash, you don't want anything to do with them. You liked them, but then because that person is supporting someone you didn't vote for, they're just, you're done with them. You're done with them. Like, I don't understand it. There's a lot of musicians I follow or that I support or that I was.
If this lawsuit goes through, it could be a game changer. Carrie Underwood's camp is reportedly accusing The View of defamation, claiming their commentary crossed the line from fair criticism into full-on slander, and honestly, who can blame her? For a group of women who constantly tout the message of female empowerment, their harsh take on Carrie was anything but empowering. It was more mean girl than girl power. It's one thing to have a difference of opinion. It's entirely another to drag someone's reputation through the mud just to generate more ratings. Public figures like Carrie, who have worked tirelessly to build their careers and public images, deserve more than just harsh critiques disguised as commentary. They deserve respect, even in moments when they stumble. Carrie's legal team is said to be focusing not just on the immediate damage those comments could do, but the long-term impact such remarks can have on her career and brand. Words, especially when broadcasted to millions, can leave lasting scars. Carrie is more than just a country singer. She's a brand and a symbol of resilience, and that's not something you can tear down with a few careless comments. Of course, The View isn't exactly a stranger to controversy. They've had their fair share of heated political debates, celebrity takedowns, and intense public disagreements. However, this time, Carrie might just be the one to give them a much-needed reality check. She's not some fragile celebrity who will crumble under public pressure. She's a Grammy-winning powerhouse with a loyal fan base that spans far beyond the country music world. These fans admire Carrie not just for her vocal abilities, but for her unwavering strength and refusal to back down when confronted. If The View thought they could take her down with no repercussions, they clearly underestimated her resolve and the power of her millions of supporters. And let's talk about the glaring hypocrisy here. For a show that thrives on dissecting every little detail of pop culture, celebrity behavior, and public appearances, you'd think they'd at least acknowledge the guts it took for Carrie to step into the spotlight and perform under such intense scrutiny. But instead of offering constructive feedback, they chose to belittle her, painting her as an out-of-touch celebrity who allegedly doesn't understand the full scope of her actions. All of this criticism came from a group of women who have themselves been in the public eye for decades, yet somehow they failed to recognize the irony in criticizing someone for standing up for what they believe in while they themselves were doing little more than criticizing from the safety of their own platform. What makes Carrie's case even more compelling is the overwhelming support she's received since her performance. Fans, critics, and even some of her harshest detractors have had to admit. Her a cappella rendition was iconic. The clip went viral, and the praise for her ability to turn a potentially uncomfortable situation into a triumphant moment has been pouring in from all directions. If anything, the negative attention and backlash from The View has only served to amplify her star power. Carrie has proven time and again that no matter what is thrown at her, she'll rise above it. While The View may have tried to tarnish her reputation, all they've succeeded in doing is fueling the fire that propels her even higher into the stratosphere of stardom. At the end of the day, Carrie Underwood's story is a reminder of why we fell in love with her in the first place. She's bold, unapologetically talented, and perhaps most importantly, unafraid to stand up for what she believes in, even when the odds are stacked against her. Whether it's belting out her heart at a historic event or taking on a group of daytime divas in court, Carrie doesn't just survive under pressure, she thrives. She uses every challenge as a springboard to greater success. So buckle up, ladies of The View. Carrie Underwood isn't just coming for you, she's bringing the whole choir with her, and they're about to sing one hell of a tune. Let us know what you think in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the situation.